A day. There is no ASMR. It's just ASS. That's all you get when you come this way without a single R, dude. Like, it's just nice try, A for effort, but like
that's what I thought
on the Masspole spot. I just don't have it. I can't do it. I got no BB, no ASMR. I got nothing. I got 1, 2, 3. That's all I got. That's what I do.
Well, we'll leave it up.
Did you hear me on this one?
I can hear you on that one, yeah.
Switch to this one then.
All right, let's try this. All right, buddy. We're gonna do a quick switch.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier for that's the yell of it.
My close up, Mr. Yaden.
Now we've got to figure out how to get all of us in the picture.
We'll just have to.
The same ball as like the canister company, right?
And you know and you know like what the commentators call it, right? Ball arena. We call it the sack.
Get the hell out of here! No,
I swear to God, we call it the sack. I swear to God.
All right, I'm done.
That's it. Yeah. End the show, Johnny. Go raid somebody. We're good.
I
on aircraft last week.
I'm glad. I was gonna say I'm glad Coastal gave that lady his 2 inches worth. I mean 2 cents worth. I'm sorry.
You got Marky bad. I love it. No, that lady, like, she wasn't even discreet about it. No, you can ask John. She, like, literally leaned over John's shoulder and looked at my phone.
And that's how you make a grown man smile, folks.
It's really true. It absolutely is. It 100%. Lucas, you are a genius. You are a genius.
Everybody was all poopy, and then all of a sudden I drop a little something, and all of a sudden we get smiles.
It's just happy dudes all of a sudden.
He's the #1 journalist, and he puts smiles on people's faces. Come on, what can't Lucas do?
The sky's the limit.
He's the Renaissance man. Commentator, journalist, interviewer. Like, man.
Right.
I can't get the stench of the law office out of the quarry, though. That's one thing I haven't been able to do yet.
Poo is hard to get out. The power of orange is a hard smell to get out. Poo is hard.
It's terrible. They had to make totally separate cleaners for dog poo, let alone orange poo. It's terrible. Hi, Johnny. How you doing, dude?
Just another day in paradise, my friends.
Living the dream, if you will.
If you want to call it that.
Hey, nightmares are dreams too.
Yeah,
they are.
Just bad ones.
It's very true.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Dudes and Belts Recharge Post Show here on Twitch, YouTube, and Rumble. I am your host, Johnny Death Drop, in the flesh, ready to go as we just got done with the last charge before NRW. There's a lot to talk about. Before we get into everything that happened and what's going to happen tomorrow night, let's introduce the panel. On the top left, he is the one that lives way up there on the east coast of Maine.
So up there.
He is the one and only Closer Crusader.
What's going on, everybody? I might be 3 hours away from my dudes, but I'm on screen with them. What an episode of Charged we had. We have a career on the line, a dog collar match, the return of the beauty. I can't wait to talk about all this.
And on the right, he is the most nastiest, holiest masshole there is in the state. He is the one and only referee, Marky Pins.
I will own that 110%. Because if you don't, what kind of masshole are you? I will own that like the shirt I'm wearing. And just like everything else that's going on, there's some people that are going to have to own some decisions as well. Johnny Casanova and D'Lo Brown making huge moves in the NRW title division. We're going to get into a little bit of this because it wasn't all good. There was a lot of, hey, what's going on here that happened tonight.
And on the bottom, of course, who could we forget about this guy right here? He is your resident encyclopedia of Rocky Mountain Pro, I think. And #1 CMS journalist, maybe. He is the one and only Lucas Bradwell.
You know, what would a night be on the Dudes and Belts without a little couple jabs from Johnny Death Drop just to keep me on my toes? It's great to be here with you guys. You know, I will say Slade tries. Oh, bless her heart, she tries, but she just can't do the job quite like me. And whether it's getting interviews or ring announcing, she just misses the mark just a little bit. But keep plugging away, kid. You'll get it one of these days.
Like Connie Chung and Dan Rather, man.
I tell you, you're a hell of a mentor to be there and to offer advice, because the amount of knowledge that you have is just infinite. So Slade could learn anything from you. You're my favorite journalist. I think you should be her favorite journalist too. 100%.
You're on Mean Gene level, man.
I agree.
Now
I agree.
Now I need to get a job from Johnny just to keep my head from getting too big. So
My job is to not let it get that big, Lucas.
yeah, I know exactly. That's why I'm waiting for you to bring me down once again. That's what I need.
I'm only allowed one set of insults a night as of now, unless I get
Oh,
provoked. Then you get an extra
I'll
couple.
watch my P's and Q's there.
Man, Sunday was nice and peaceful, and now there's a lawyer in chat, and it's not peaceful anymore.
We
Oh,
actually
God.
had a
I pressed
decent run with, no interference in the law office here on the show. So to be
It's
fair,
been this many days since Preston has appeared in chat.
well, now.
Yeah, it's like 0 days without incident. On the board at your work. You know how many.
Preston,
days
you
went
want to
without
jump in with some
workplace action?
insults? You're more than welcome to. Come on in.
Oh, don't. Why would
Dude,
you
you
do
need a
this?
Snickers, guy. Dude, you're not yourself when you're hungry. You need like a snack or something. Like,
Why do I need
should
a
we be doing
snack?
an episode of Rewind so you could just have something to eat instead?
What are you
You all right?
doing? I'm bumping the ratings. What are you talking about,
You
bro?
all right?
What are you talking about?
Are you bumping the ratings out?
Yeah.
I just didn't know if you were all right. You're not yourself. Like more tonight.
Things
hurt
change in
you
the
today?
business. Things change. You never know.
Things do change. You are not wrong. COD is subject to change
As always.
every single night. That is true. All right. All right.
All right. He is more than welcome to hop in tonight if he so pleases, of course. But until he does, as much as I like to, besides the unnecessary law of his hate, you guys are all pretty decently good, or at least okay at your jobs.
Oh, I can sleep
In the
tonight.
ring.
Preston Gate is okay.
Yeah,
Oh, thank goodness.
yeah.
All right.
Validation from
Yeah.
our resident traffic cone.
We might as well start off tonight with, once again, another Charge Championship match and a successful defense from Caden Koyama against Southside Sammy tonight.
Yeah, I mean, we say it every week because Caden is the workingest champion we have. He defends that title every week, and we say it every week. He's on a different level. We're what, guys, 4 or 5 months into this title reign, and he's just every week, no matter who it is, he finds ways to win. He out wrestles people. Did you guys notice a lot of Caden's momentum and everything is right in the beginning? Then he kind of, I don't want to say he lulls them into sleep because he's still fighting, but as soon as they take an opportunity to try and turn the tempo up, and it's always like an Irish whip or something like that, boom, spinning heel kick. And that just takes it right out of him. That and that bulldog combination sets him up for victories. And it's not always the pedigree. We see the pedigree tonight, but it's the pedigree, the Star Destroyer, a roll up. He's going to find a way to beat you. And that's just what Caden Koyama is doing right now, finding ways to win. He, other than Damon, he is probably the most dominant champion we have. I mean, it's okay, who's Caden going up against tonight? It's not who's going to beat Caden. It's not how, who's going to take that title off him. It's if and really who can at this point, Marky. I don't know who can beat Caden at this point, honestly, because he's ripped through almost the whole roster.
Pretty much. And I thought tonight was going to be one of his bigger challenges in Southside Sammy, and it was. It was very back and forth in the match. There was a lot. Don't kid yourself. There was a lot of XP in this ring tonight for this Charge Championship match. And Sammy and Caden had a great match back and forth. Good feeling out in the beginning. A little bit of power from Sammy versus a little bit of speed from Caden. And at the very end of it, it was Caden's speed that kind of got it done. He gets out of the suplex, has the wherewithal, hooks up the pedigree. Sammy had already ducked himself out of one earlier, but couldn't get out of the second one. Koyama in mid-season form. As we like to say in every other sport, he is just kicking ass and taking names. Lucas, going forward, this is Caden Koyama's game. Everybody else is just trying to get a token on the board here. Talk about Caden going into NRW and just going forward in general. Who does he have to look forward to? Where is the limit for Koyama, or is his only limit himself?
Well, let's talk about a week in the life of Caden Koyama. Tuesday night on Ignition, he defended that Charge Championship against Briscoe Crown, a former Charge champion himself, successfully defended. Tonight on Charge, he defends his title against Southside Sammy, successful defense. Tomorrow night, he goes up against an unknown opponent in the pre-show main event. He's not going to know who he's going up against, and he kind of likes that. This is just a week in the life of Caden Koyama. I mean, 3 title defenses in 1 week, guys. That's unprecedented. Yeah. And he's doing that on a regular basis. The guy is just unbelievable, and he just continues to rack up, not only title defenses, but as you stated, Coastal, he does it in various ways. He can beat you with his finishing move. He's got multiple finishing moves. He can beat you with a small package roll up. I wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing submission holds out of him. He's operating at such a high level. He can just add that.
What else is left?
Yeah. So, and that's just how good he is right now. I don't think there's anything that he can't do. I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of challenge he gets tomorrow night at the pre-show. I'll be happy to call that match. So can't wait for that. It's just been a pleasure to watch this title reign. One of the best title reigns we've ever had.
And Mark, you said mid-season form. I'm going to go a step further. He's in postseason form. This is he is in playoff level, just energy all the time. And do we have any guesses? Well, can we make a prediction? Who do we think Caden's going up against? I'm going to go with the wild card Anaya. I think Anaya gets another shot.
That's huge.
Margie?
That's absolutely huge. There could be a Dustin Urich sighting. He could be in line for something like that. We saw him having matches. You know what I mean? These would be some interesting dream matches here that we could see at a pay-per-view for the Charge Championship. But you know what? I think to Koyama, it's just another bell ringing. And it's just another opportunity to defend the title and be the man that he is.
Lucas?
I've got one that I'll throw in the hat. We saw a guy later on talk about possibly becoming a champion once again.
You're stealing it. You're stealing my goddamn damn it.
You didn't tell. Great minds think alike, Johnny. I'm sorry. Ice Williams, that guy. Can you imagine that match? If that happens, there's another guy you could put up. There's another guy I'm thinking of that you could throw in there if you really think about it.
Yes, you could. Yes, you could.
What, more like a Remy D?
Well, that's one that doesn't have a match. I was thinking of a certain Mile High Magnum.
Hey, there we go.
I like
Any
that
one of these
too,
guys is
yeah.
a great opponent. Any one of these guys.
Easy fourth row, easy. Come on, yo.
That was awesome.
Sorry.
That was
Listen,
great.
out of these two teams
Bravo,
right here,
fourth row.
out of
Bravo.
these two teams right here, this one will make the playoffs. This one will make the playoffs. I'm partial because I coach this one.
Well done. Well done.
Wow. Yes. A
All
lot of
right.
feisties tonight. I love it, huh?
I mean, it's the day before NRW. It's one of the more destructive pay-per-views of the year for Rocky Mountain Pro. So you're damn right we're going to get a tad bit feisty on this show. All right. Moving on. Talk about feisty, dude. Lockett's championship
dude.
was on the line as Big Daddy Mo getting her rematch from Milestone 15 going up against Lola Yara, who actually touched the title for the first time on camera.
Right, but she didn't come out with it. Reyes had it.
Of course.
And then eventually she had to go get it just to hold it up. I think that's honestly the first time she's had it in her hand the entire time. But anyway, I digress. You said it, Johnny. You talk about feisty. Mo is ready to go on all 12 cylinders. She is a like Bugatti going down the street right now. She's so mad. Her engine is absolutely running. And Lola sees this, does the little running around the ring thing, trying to just get Mo off of her bearings and everything. And it doesn't work until eventually Reyes comes up, distracts the ref. We rake the eyes, and then we go to all the tactics. And now Lola has the upper hand. This is everything we've been talking about, how the law office does these things. Lola was absolutely fighting from behind the whole first third of the match. But then we had the interjection, and now Lola's on top, and we're going back and forth. Mo does get it back, gets the big opportunity. Eric Reyes comes in and tries to break up the pin. Eli stops it, and then here is where the madness ensues. Through all of this, there was a plan, and I have to say they executed it. If you're them, they executed it brilliantly to get out of Dodge while still the champion. Get Mo feisty for all 10 seconds, yelling at Eric Reyes while Eli's counting. And Lola very quietly got out of the ring, got out of Dodge with her Lockett's championship, and takes the loss in the count out, but is still the Lockett's champion. Mo is infuriated. They end up going at it. They fight to the back. Not much Reyes and Eli can do because Eli's trying to get by him to stop it. Reyes is in the middle of all of that. This gets disastrous, boys. Once we get into the back where we see everybody at the monitor position, we see D'Lo Brown, we see Preston. Funniest thing I've seen on Rocky Mountain TV is Anaya in the back with his own phone videoing, which we eventually see some of that footage too. And I think we need to have Anaya become an honorary cameraman for a night because he did a pretty good job shooting that. But anyway, no. The chaosity backstage is fierce. And boys, we hear D'Lo announce a dog collar match for tomorrow night at NRW where these two cannot get any more than, 6 or 8 feet apart from each other, whatever that chain is. We've seen it before, and it is a decision maker. It's used as a weapon, and it's used so you can't do what Lola did tonight, which is run away with your championship. This is an ultimate odds equaler here, gentlemen. Lucas, I want to start with you on this one simply because this is becoming old hat. You are sitting right at the desk, seeing it week in and week out. The level of relief, I'm sure, in a lot of us with this dog collar is huge. This finally evens the odds for Mo, doesn't it here? Just even if not 100%, but enough to give her a shot.
It certainly does. She is the big dog of the of the Lockett's division. So I believe she's going to be at home in this, and this is now finally a chance where she can really get her hands onto Lola and finally maybe take out some frustration in the process of possibly becoming the Lockett's champion once again. So, double incentive here. For Big Daddy Mo Coastal, she gets a title shot, a little bit of the odds evening up, at least as far as keeping Lola in the ring. This is this has to be everything that Big Daddy Mo would want right now.
No, I got to agree. It gives her the physical advantage. It gives her a legal weapon to use, not only on Lola, but on anybody else who's on outside. Reyes steps up, he's going to get swung at with that dog collar chain. That, though, that is what worries me, guys. Because, yes, it's a dog collar, and Lola can't get far enough away from her. But you have Mr. Pooh himself, the slimy lawyer, Cookie, and Reyes, and Dylan Anderson. If those four are outside, there's four sides of that ring. There's one on every side. Now, if Preston was manning up and really thought Lola was the dominant champion he says she is, those four should stay back. I challenge him. Don't come out. Let Lola defend that title herself. Show us what you can train people to do. Show us, Preston. Show us how dominant the law office is by keeping your ass back in the back and not come out. And not Dylan, not Cookie, not Reyes. Keep you back. Let's see what Lola's got. Let's see if she truly is the longest reigning number one contender and dominant champion like you say. Because, Preston, I promise you, out of anybody else, you step up on that apron, you're getting a dog collar swung at you.
Fact. Mo ain't gonna hold any of that back, especially
No.
after all of this. Everything she dealt with, everything that she dealt with before with Pumpkin, and now everything she's been dealing with the law office on top of all that mess. Nah. Yeah, right. No, that is a fact. That's not the facts. There's
For
a lot of
approximately
facts.
about
That's
20
just one
more hours, probably.
Do you really think it's all law office, though?
Honestly, I do. I have not seen them win a match lately without shenanigans from their friends.
Ignore them.
I'll go out on a limb. If Preston or Reyes or any of them aren't out at ringside for any of the matches, or Marcio, or they don't interject and pay someone to step in, they don't win. I'll say it. They win because of outside shenanigans.
I can understand the Marcio situation, but I mean, Eric didn't really touch her. He just kind of stood on the apron and just kind of stood there.
Oh,
and
that's
argued.
semantics.
I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
That's semantics.
Focus
At this
on the
point.
goal.
That's
He shouldn't be on the apron, though. He shouldn't be
Focus
on that.
on
You're
the
not allowed
goal.
on the apron.
especially in a Luckets match. You have even less
Control
reason
what
to
you
be on
can
the apron.
control. Have the referee take care of everything else, is what I say.
Hard for the referee to control four people.
I'm just saying. Well, then maybe you should have another ref
I
out
know
there.
this. I'm a referee.
Oh my God, that's the biggest lie I've ever heard. She won this title on her own and will retain it on her own. So you're saying right now you're not coming out. None of the law office is coming out, Preston. None of them. I'm kind of interested to see who you'd pay outside the law office to come in on this one.
Eric,
Anybody.
You're gonna
Eric,
pay Pumpkin
Eric,
Morgan and deodorant?
Eric does say on YouTube he beat Southside Hustle clean twice.
They have. They are. I will say,
Yeah.
cease and desist has gotten to their position. We may not like them and their antics, but they have gotten to their position by actually winning matches. They have. That is truth. I won't deny that. They have
right.
done by
Honestly,
winning matches.
Hey, I'll admit to this. I have no right to say that your tag team partner can't pull shenanigans because for a few years there, I made a lot of arguments
right,
for
Christopher.
JK Pop. So I can't say a word on that one.
You did.
I just think maybe Chopper City can use some rosin in their upcoming match. It's windy, windy in the court.
We're not. We're not. Stop.
They have chops.
Stop.
They bring the
Stop
chop.
it. And they're
Chopper
gonna.
City's windy.
And they're gonna have tables. So.
Which, in and of itself, so I got out of that.
You might as well just go
Now,
ahead.
since we're on cease and desist,
Although no,
let's at least
hold off
talk
on the
about this.
whoa, hold off on that because we have Cookie Wright in action coming up next, so we can talk about cease and desist there.
Okay.
Let's talk.
Perfect.
Let's talk
Perfect.
about the whole Marty and Tortured Souls situation because as we saw tonight, Marty laying down the challenge to the Tortured Souls, aka Montvito, Big Steak himself, and Jason Bravo, in a Mountain Mayhem match, and Marty looked like looks like has a partner on his mind that we all know. So we get to look forward to that tomorrow night. What do you think about this situation, boys?
I think Marty's partner is the man that built the mountain himself and a guy that Marty knows very well. I think you're going to see Mr. Mercury Aiden come to the aid of his friend Martin Casaus. And if you got them in a Mountain Mayhem match, guys, we see it on the rewind all the time. Yaden knows how to use some tools of destruction in his advantage. And I think Mr. Jason Bravo is going to have a reckoning he does not even see coming.
Yeah, I definitely think it'll get there, but you can never count out the Tortured Souls. They just have this way of being resilient in moments. But Marty, if it is Yaden with Marty the Moth, this is a different level of tag team. This is a different stratosphere of team. This is a different level of match if it's those two guys. So the Souls are going to have to bring everything that they possibly can. But this, not to make the bowling pun here, Lucas, but this just kind of seems to be right up Marty's alley. And this would almost be something that the Souls would maybe be smart to think twice about, but I don't think they'll back down from the challenge or the fight. But Marty has been a little cuckoo lately. There might be something they want to think about.
The Moth is
Oh,
back, man.
He's been cuckoo. He's kind of the Moth is back. You're right. The Moth has been flying around and being attracted to the flame and doing all kinds of moth stuff. And we know that there has been a bond now between Mercury Yaden and Marty the Moth, as of, especially over this past month or so. We've seen some interactions. Don't forget, these guys get together on a weekly basis on Twitch.
Yep.
And do a Twitch show. In fact, they were doing it today, having a good old time. I will say, I got to give Marty a hard time though. He lost in Tecmo Bowl to Yaden 51-0 today.
Was Yaden Bo Jackson? Because that doesn't count.
No. He was the Broncos,
you can't
baby.
Bo Jackson.
Oh,
You can't be Bo Jackson when you play those games. You can't be Bo Jackson. There was a rule. You couldn't be.
well, that's like the corner three and double dribble. I mean, it's illegal.
Right.
Yeah. No, he was the Broncos, baby. He had old John Elway and Carl Mecklenburg. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. But anyways, so there's a bond there. There's a good friendship that has been kind of reconciled, because of past discretion and past sins of Marty the Moth. That he's kind of made up for it, and he has started to gain the trust of Mercury Yaden once again, and so that could possibly be happening. But I will say, man, Jason Bravo has shown. He's shown a knack for being able to push the right buttons at times and move pieces around. And I'm wondering if maybe he didn't get a little bit into Marty's head with the whole recruiting thing. And I'm just saying that this thing may not be over with the possibility of Marty joining the Tortured Souls. I don't think that book has been closed yet, and we'll see what happens at this match at NRW. But I'm just saying, don't write it off quite yet.
You raise an interesting point, Lucas, because I don't know about Marty so much, but the Moth, that could be. I mean, there's not a lot of vacancies in Marty's head right now, but if Bravo did find room. He's kind of, I give Bravo credit too. I really do. He reminds me a lot of Don Callis. He kind of finds way to get people to believe in him. And that's the scariest thing, is when a guy can sell you something that you believe in and he can make other people think it too. Bravo's a little underrated in his tactics. I got to say, I give the man credit. He understands how to lead.
That is true. If you had a button that you had to say one nice thing about Jason Bravo, you can agree with it. You don't have to. But he is a good leader of a great group. As much as we don't like their tactics and their things, go ahead and challenge them. You'll find out too.
All right. Probably the bigger shock of the night was the interaction backstage between Casanova, Caden, and D'Lo, and eventually Damon.
Yes. Yes.
We now can say that we actually have, for the second time this year, unfortunately, well, actually, you know what? Kind of fortunately in my case, but for everybody else, unfortunately, there is another career on the line in an upcoming matchup for the NRW Championship. Johnny Casanova puts himself in a situation where he wins or he goes home for good. Is going to be Dylan Anderson versus Kevin Koa versus Johnny Casanova in a triple threat match. If Johnny Casanova doesn't come out with a victory, he is officially out of RMP.
And it's very interesting here, boys. And I know Coastal, I can see vibrating. That's why I tried to go first so I could get a word in.
The tinfoil hat's on, baby.
I had a funny feeling. You know, if you watch this segment, this was absolutely 100% Koyama and Casanova looking for D'Lo to try to handle their business, right? Casanova's looking for an opportunity, wasn't really being very successful, right? D'Lo kind of wasn't having it because Casanova has had a few shots, and you know he's had the wool pulled over his eyes once. The match last week, he might have lapsed in his own discretion and kind of lost sight, but that's neither here nor there. We've talking about a lot of circumstances that have changed at the 11th hour in this kind of Johnny Casanova run at the NRW Championship, trying to make a bid to get there. And they go looking, and it's Damon Ace, the Rocky Mountain Pro champion of all people, who has been really, dude, like, I mean, really, every opportunity he's got, he has been poking Johnny Casanova's bear, like really giving him the business, like messing with him, screwing with his head. But, and we've even talked about this on and off stream, boys. It's almost like he's trying to either plant a seed or he's trying to get something fired up in Johnny. I don't know if it's like some like reverse psychology. Like I never had a big brother, but it's almost like Damon is like messing with his little brother to like, come on, do something. What do you do? You know, come on. And he ends up throwing out to the universe tonight that if Casanova put up his career, then that would be what would earn him this shot. And boys, Johnny jumped at it as soon as Damon said it, didn't he? Like he jumped at it like a man who had never seen a loaf of bread and was starving. He absolutely jumped right at the thing. And now we get confirmation. So Lucas, we got to make Coastal wait. Like we have to have rational thought about this and talk.
And then exactly.
Before this kind of gets now, we remember the wake of a few years ago. We remember the relationship. Johnny and Damon, and even Caden for that matter, really had no beef with each other. The main beef that like the earthquake that broke up that Pangea was Damon and Dustin. And I think we're all well aware of back in those days. But now here's Damon all these 4 or 5 years later. Now he's the man in charge, messing with Casanova, who doesn't have a title. Do you think that there's any bit of goodwill, or is this just Damon trying to just get a laugh out of somebody by like, do you think there's any intent behind this, good or bad? I mean, we kind of know Damon's an ass when he wants to be, and he probably takes that as a compliment from time to time. But do you think there's any like decent intention behind this to kind of fire him up? I'm conflicted in how to read this.
You just put decent and Damon Ace in the same sentence, and that just doesn't go.
I know. I know, but
if he's got a sick way of showing that he cares at all. If this is the case, because this isn't just a career match, guys. This ain't like Brew versus Cookie, right? This ain't a one-on-one. There's a possibility that Johnny Casanova doesn't have to get pinned in order to lose his career.
That's right.
Kevin Koa or Dylan Anderson could be the ones getting pinned, could be pinning each other, and Casanova would still lose his thing. So this really puts Casanova at a severe disadvantage, even worse than just a one-on-one, because he doesn't have to be involved in the finish to lose his career. And that's what's even worse for him. So he has to completely have his head on a swivel in this match, and has to be alert and aware at all times, or he's done. And Damon knew that. And to do this, you've got to be that's just, you really know that there is no chance in hell, or very little chance. There's a snowball's chance in hell that Casanova walks out like this. I know, we should never count him out, but think about what kind of disadvantage he is at. So I don't believe it. But I don't know the inner workings of Damon Ace's head, but a guy that lives up north, he knows a little bit more. At least he feels he does. So we're gonna go ahead and let him have the floor. Go ahead and get that shiny tinfoil hat. I know you have it all polished up real nice. Go ahead and put it on, and we're giving you the floor. One night only. We're gonna allow this to breathe a little bit.
I've been afraid of this.
Lucas, you made easy. You made a very interesting point. Johnny jumped right at this chance. Guys, Johnny Casanova's been around a long time. So is Caden. So is Damon, for that matter. You don't just jump into a career-ending match when wrestling is your life. Like, he agreed. Drop of it. Like, he just agreed as soon as it happened. Some people would say Johnny's desperate. He made a bad decision. I'm saying Johnny's got a plan. He's playing chess. Everyone else is playing checkers here. Because as you said, the odds are stacked against him. Johnny Casanova's way too smart to put his career on the line without at least an plan B, C, and D. Remember, guys, it's a triple threat. There's no DQ.
That's
Who
true.
says brother doesn't help? Who says Johnny doesn't call in a favor from an old friend? I'm just saying, as Mark said, the wake didn't dissolve through them. In fact, they wished Damon well on his future endeavors. And Damon is doing very well on the future endeavors. He really is. I mean, who do you go to when you need help? Super dominant force? I'm not touching that comment. That'll get my ribs chopped out of my chest. I learned from past experiences.
Well, let's just solidify that permanently, and we'll put a clip out there and make sure we save that.
Why? Because Lucas and I.
Johnny has a plan. Johnny and brother have a plan. They're the longest reigning tag team champions in wrestling, not RMP, not anyone, wrestling for a reason. I am going to say Johnny Casanova knows what he's doing. I trust Johnny. This ain't going to be the last we see of Johnny. He's walking out of NRW with that title. He's going to do it some way. I got this weird feeling. And I think there's too many things that can happen. Johnny has too many friends. He's got too many strings. You got to understand, Kevin Koa and Dylan Anderson are going to beat the holy hell out of each other. That's just what they do. One is insane and one has a bloodthirst. Who knows? Johnny is the master of opportunity. He could figure it out. He could get in there and roll somebody up. There's chairs, there's weapons at play. Who knows? If Johnny handcuffs one of them to a rope, that eliminates one of them. I got all the faith in the world in you, Mr. Casanova. I think you're walking out with that title. And I think you know something we don't know. And I can't wait to see it. And with the comments you made tonight, I don't know. Might be a blanket over something. I don't know. I got high hopes, though, guys. I'm really looking forward to NRW and what's going to happen.
Hey,
I'm looking
really quick.
Yeah,
if Casanova does win and everything comes to fruition, do you think that they'll throw Johnny Casanova a black parade? That's a My Chemical Romance.
Well, it could be.
That went right over your guys' head.
Thank God you clarified that, though. Let me tell you.
It's not a phase, Mom. It's a lifestyle. I know the emo.
They have there's a song called "Welcome to the Black Parade." by My Chemical Romance. Yeah.
Johnny, I know what you're doing, and I applaud you for it. You're not done. You're not done.
Well,
Preston, you got a reckoning coming, Preston. You have a reckoning coming. The law office is not as safe as you think.
All right, fella.
I don't know. Nobody's come out to help him. Nobody. When Casanova has gotten eaten alive like this in all of his opportunities where he has been screwed over, it was nice that brother was already in matches and couldn't, and nobody else came to help the man. Nobody else. He's been doing this on his own the entire time. He's been shafted and screwed over time after time. And now out of nowhere, Damon Ace comes up with this grandiose idea for him. I don't trust it to save it. I think it's more, it's very weird. It's out of character for Damon to like act like he cares. But in a way, I really think that it's him just trying to get rid of a threat. I really think it's just him trying to get rid of a threat. I'm not sure. Not much about this makes sense other than just Damon being Damon. That's it. It's the only way you can think about this making sense.
Marky, when you get backed into a corner and the devil makes you an offer, you take the offer. And that's all I'm saying. That's my prediction. Johnny has a plan, and he may have made a deal.
Well, before we move on, I never thought I'd say this, but kudos on the weapon for coming up with this idea, because tomorrow night, been waiting almost 4 years for this moment. Na 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 na.
Oh wow!
Hey, goodbye.
We have been up and down, left and right
happening
with JK Pop.
Johnny, I wish you a long and happy NRW title reign.
That's all I'm saying.
What?
At least one half of that night will be gone. Still got to worry about the other one.
Well, he ain't going nowhere. He's the charge champion.
And you are right on that, unfortunately.
And Johnny's not going anywhere either.
All right. Speaking of what you wanted to talk about before, we got another matchup here. Queso going up against Cookie Wright 1-on-1 in just a regular match. But definitely showed a lot of what could come in the tag team match coming up tomorrow night. Colson, we might as well start with you.
I mean, I got to give it up. Cease and desist. Cookie Wright. Cookie is, I mean, he retired brew. He's a young guy, but man, he wrestles like a ring vet. He really understands what's going on in there. He knows how to get the job done. And with Reyes in his corner and you never know what's going to happen, it puts the ball completely in Cookie's court, and he takes advantage tonight. Picks up a big win. I mean, and, you know, Lucas, you and Tony Nomad said it on commentary. Who knows? Maybe we see Cease and Desist and Reckless in the future. That would be a great match. I'd love to see that too. For the time being, Cease and Desist is riding that jet of momentum straight into Choppa City. And I mean, if they touch down, who knows what's going to happen? I mean, we've seen Bruce and Atiba get caught up before. We saw them lose the tag titles in a weird match, you know, in that Rocky Mountain Flower match. So
that was
who
the
knows?
high AF match. Yeah.
Yeah, it was, but they're going to be of this. I mean, I am looking forward to, and I'll say this, two of the best tag teams Rocky Mountain Pro has to offer going at it at NRW. I'm super excited for it. Cookie, man, I'll give it up to you. You go way beyond your years in that ring, my friend. You understand you're powerful, you're explosive. I just don't know if you guys have the XP bar, Marky. You love to talk about it, to get out of Choppa City.
I think what they can bring to a match where they are way behind the 8 ball, not taking anything away, this is just facts due to age and experience, is that Choppa City has like light years ahead of XP in them. But what cease and desist bring is just an aggression. a chemistry, but like an absolute underhanded tactic where they both know what they're doing. They're bringing the equal but opposite to Chopper City. And Pretty City Express brought the fight. Pretty City Express brings the experience, but they didn't bring the exact opposite. They brought a great match to Chopper City. Chopper City read that book before, and they went out and they got their win. Here against Cease and Desist, there's a totally different generation of kids that fights a totally different way and can be as sleazy as anybody else when it comes down to the moment that they need. Sorry, boys, but you got to eat that bowl of oatmeal when you cook it. It's up to you. But this is going to be very, very different now. We got, I think we were told that there's going to be some tables involved here at NRW now. So we got Chopper City, and we hear from them right after this. They are very ready. But Cease and Desist, you really think they can stop the chop? I don't think you can stop the chop. I think you can take the scales out of Justice's hands before Justice can stop the chop on this one. I'm definitely going with Chopper City to retain, unless we get some more law officery. But in a one-on-one match, even in a table situation, I'm still taking the XP of Chopper City in this situation. I think they are the champions. The kids got some more to learn, but I don't think this is the time that they're going to learn it and win the championships at the same time. Which, by the way, beautiful new championship belts by RMP. Love the new tag team title belts.
Stop the chop. I'm just reading what Preston said. I'm just reading what Preston said.
I know. Oh, I know. Sorry.
I'm going to say this, though, that the chop could be at least subdued a little bit because it is a tables match. So, yeah, chop them all you want, but you still got to put them through a table. And that is a little bit of an equalizer, guys. I think Maki, you're glossing over this a little bit. Yeah, if it was just a straight up, tag team match, regular rules, the XP advantage would be completely in Chopper City's corner. But these tables equalize that a little bit. You don't need to have a bunch of experience. Cookie is just as physical as Bruce Wayne's is.
That is true.
So
that is
and Eric Reyes
true.
is too. They are aggressive. This match kind of plays a little bit into their strengths, guys. And all I'm saying is that having this stipulation, I think works a little bit to the advantage of Cease and Desist. Just a bit. I still think that Chopper City is still dominant and they can still come out with a win. But all I'm saying is that with this stipulation, I think this makes it a little more favorable for Cease and Desist to pull off an upset. And Chopper City's got to be watching everything because I think that they are capable. All it takes is a split second and Bruce Wayne goes through a table or, Atiba, perching on the top rope, gets caught and thrown out through a table from the top rope. That could happen.
That's true.
Hold up. We're going to put Lucas on the spot here and his encyclopedia expertise and his journalism here. Is it only one member going through a table or is it both members through tables?
Well, now typically in a tag team tables match, it is both members through a table. That
Correct.
has been the rules. So I believe that both members have to go through. So possibly you could get it tied up where one team has one member go through, another team has another member go through, and you still
are those members eliminated or do they get to continue?
I think from what I remember,
it should be eliminated.
I believe it. I believe it's eliminated, but things can change. The rules have already been worked on a little bit. So who knows? We might have rule change maybe before the match. We'll have to see.
Let's find out.
From what I remember, it is an elimination.
I don't know if I like that response, Lucas.
Well, I'm sorry. All I'm saying is I've thought one thing and then it gets changed. I mean, happens all the
You
time.
got to be on
so.
that, man. It's less than 24 hours away. You should be on top of this, man.
I just found out it was a tables match an hour and a half ago, for crying out loud.
Oh
Right.
my god.
There's a point.
Marcio.
They don't
talk-
always let the journalists into the staff meetings. You know what I mean? Like the
No.
staff meetings
apparently.
No.
where the
No.
decisions.
And-
See,
are
why
happening.
is
No, no,
why is a
and-
lawyer giving me the straight answers?
Probably
Enlighten
wrote
me,
the
Lucas.
contract.
Enlighten me, Lucas.
And what's that?
Enlighten me. Why is a lawyer telling me exact answers that I want to know?
I gave you the exact ever. I said both members of the team had to go through. That's what I told you.
That's true.
I just said I just said that that's what it typically is. I'm just saying that things can
Yeah,
change.
key
But yes,
word.
both members-
Typically.
Right.
Yeah.
But you weren't 100%.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, Preston was because Preston had to be there for the contract. Preston had
yeah.
to be
Probably
there
wrote
when they
it.
negotiated and they signed. So
And
that's
they've
why
been
Preston knows.
They've been taking my secret microphones that I had hidden in the meeting room. They finally found them. So
Oh,
Damn it, they found those? Dude, you were
Yeah.
talking about those like a year ago. I
Yeah.
can't believe it took them a year to find them.
yeah, they had to unplug the light bulbs and everything.
All right. We can talk a little bit about the RMP Championship match before we head into the main event here on Charge. Marcio talking some smackola to one Damon Ace ahead of this blood sport rules match. Obviously, no DQ. Your thoughts?
He was talking a lot of smack. He told Damon he got lucky last time, and he said, bring it, because this is what I'm looking for. And this is exactly what I want. You understand? You're telling Damon Ace you're ready. That's what he wants. Damon's not the guy that wants to beat people like when they're like, oh my God, no, I don't want to fight you. He's not looking to fight. Like, he's looking for something that fights back. Like, Damon's evolved beyond most predators. Damon, he was the crazy, like, hunter guy from Jurassic Park. Like, he didn't want to hunt some small. He wanted to hunt the raptor because the raptor was hunting him back. That's Damon Ace right now. And that's Damon Ace at his absolute best. So we are looking at two titans that are going to absolutely collide and shatter the world here in this blood sport. And if not the world, definitely each other's face and some equipment over the Rocky Mountain Pro Champion. There could very easily be some more blood on the belt when we're done here, Coastal. Whether it's Marcio's or Damon's, could be the referees, could be both, could be a fan. Who even knows where these two guys will take this match? But one thing we know, it ain't going to be pretty.
it's not. And Marcio needs to be careful what he wishes for. Because honestly, you have a better chance of getting in Damon's head, not by inciting him by saying you're ready, but being like, I'm not healthy. I'm only 50%. His wins. The biggest thing you can say to piss off Damon Ace right now is that, oh, well, if he beats me, there's an asterisk because of this, this, and this. Damon doesn't want asterisks. Damon wants 100% healthy people that he can absolutely cripple and prove, hey, Damon's whole point of being champion, guys, and I've thought this for a long time, is to make you forget about every other champion. I have a feeling he has one goal in mind. Who is the longest reigning Rocky Mountain Pro Champion of all time?
Justin York.
Justin Urick. Who did he ceremoniously kick out of the wake and dissolve that whole relationship and want to prove he is not Dustin's understudy anymore?
Justin York.
Oh, no, it would
His
make
whole
sense.
goal
The young buck
is to hold
overcoming the old lion.
is to hold that belt longer than anybody else so that you forget about every other Rocky Mountain Pro Champion. And when you hear the RMP title, you think one person, Damon Ace. That is his goal. Marcio does not understand that this has consumed Damon's mind. We've seen it before when people don't take it seriously, when people have other people on their minds. Damon goes ballistic. He gets upset because in his mind, he has that belt. You should be solely focused on him, and it makes him angry when you're not. But you know what? He loves more than anything is exactly what Marcio did tonight. Was say, I have my eyes solely on you. I'm ready for Bloodsport. Marcio, you're a big dude. You were undefeated for a long time. And the last time you guys met, you weren't 100%. I'm sorry, Lucas. He's really got to be careful what he wishes for here because this could be a completely different Damon than we've ever seen, even in that Weapons of Mass Destruction match. I think this one, even more, might be even more violent than that. And that says something.
It does, guys. Here's the thing. I'm going to put a couple things out here just because I've been thinking about this. And we've seen Damon Ace in just about every type of match against every style of opponent. We've seen, just about everything that Damon is capable of. Just about, right? I mean, yeah, he might have a different level.
What else is capable
Yeah,
of.
exactly. But we've seen just about every single thing you can possibly see out of Damon Ace. I think we've barely scratched the surface on Marcio Santos. I really do. I think we've barely seen anything out of Marcio Santos, what he's really capable of. I think there is an absolute beast underneath the Marcio Santos, and we already know that he's a beast of a guy. I think there is an absolute, just a beast that no one has quite seen yet under Marcio Santos. I feel it when I'm around him. I see it in his eyes. I think this guy is capable of some horrible things as well. And
If he can
Damon
stay
Ace
healthy.
is the guy to push if stay healthy. That's been the key thing. He's had a few injury issues. But we've also seen that now he's starting to use some mind games, and he faked an injury in order to make this plan work, right? I mean, that's what happened. He owed Preston a little favor.
We assumed.
We assume, and I'm pretty sure that.
Come on, Lucas. You're killing me, man.
It all fit. It all fit together.
Yeah, it all fit. What I'm saying is this: he's got some layers to him, and that we're starting to see. And I'm wondering if Damon Ace always seems to be the guy to be able to push people to another level. He's doing it with Johnny Casanova. He's done it with Mercury Yaden. He's done it with. We're going to be seeing what Marcio Santos is really all about in this match. I'm not saying Marcio Santos is going to come out victorious or not. All I'm saying is we haven't seen the best of Marcio Santos. I'm almost positive of that. And we could be seeing his best. And as good as he's been, if we still haven't seen his best, that might be enough to take out Damon Ace. Just for, let's see how aggressive he is. Plus, he's from Brazil. Brazil very much is the home of many variations of martial arts. The Royce Gracies of the world. Those people learned everything they learned down in Brazil. So he knows about combat sports, and combat sports are brutal. And this, we could be seeing that part come out of Marcio Santos as well. All I'm saying is, of course, Damon Ace deserves all the flowers in the world because he's been that damn dominant. All I'm saying is, I don't want to sell Marcio Santos short because what I've seen out of Marcio Santos has been hell of impressive. And like I said, I just don't think we've even scratched the surface of what he's capable of.
I was going to say this.
I agree with you, but let me just throw this little salt out here for the Marcio Santos got this title shot by helping out Preston. And we know that because we saw it last week. Actions have repercussions, Marcio. And sometimes when you wrong people, you get wronged in return. And that's exactly where I'm going to leave that.
So, before we move on...
It's going to take everything.
For freak's sake. Before we move on, I do want to say that we do have a message in YouTube chat from Mr. Reyes himself that says, Lucas isn't who he says he is.
Now,
You stop me
Preston
so you
talks
can
about
read an Eric
I
Reyes
step
chat.
away for 2 seconds and I come back to conspiracy theories, and yet here's his boy spouting off conspiracy theories. I agree with
Yeah.
you, Preston. There is
I'm not
conspiracy
who I'm
theories.
say I am. You're right. I'm better than what I say I am because I've done my damn job for 15 years. I've done this job.
So
Yeah.
Eric Reyes says, Lucas, don't ever mention martial arts ever again. You were lost in that explanation.
Okay. What? How was I lost? What did I say that wasn't correct? Is Brazil not one of the hubs of mixed martial arts? One of the home to Brazilian jiu-jitsu and
I was going to say there's a whole martial art named after it.
yeah, and weren't the wasn't the Gracies all from Brazil? I mean, am I wrong? Am I missing something? I don't know what I said that wasn't correct.
Sonny Flores also brings up a great point that none of us has really touched on with one Damon Ace in a long time, is that Damon is very well known in martial arts.
Yes, he is. He was a complete badass in martial arts. Yeah, yep, absolutely. All I'm saying is I'm trying to just shed light on how good Marcio Santos is, because I have a feeling what I've been listening to is that Damon Ace is this unbeatable force, which he kind of is, but Marcio Santos has been
hard to argue.
Yeah.
I mean, but Santos is a force. You're exactly right. And we have seen him come up and change landscapes and change matches and change the flow of certain situations. Look what happened the other day against Zamore when he just showed up and took care of that business. Cost Dustin Uric a shot too. I'm telling you right now, I don't mean to sell him short, but what I mean is we've seen a lot of people make the same mistakes against Damon Ace time in and time out. And I don't think that this would be a good time unless Marcio was something that different, okay? Unless he is, which he's proven at times that he can be. But this is different. This is for all the marbles. This is for the championship against the psycho champion himself, Damon Ace. This is something that many people have talked about doing, but then they don't talk about it after they did it because they don't remember half of it, or it just hurts too much to talk about after. So he's going to have to bring all of that fury. And if he does, he is a brand new RMP champion, because that is something that nobody else has been able to match Damon Ace. Not Sin Bodhi, not Mercury Yaden, not any of these guys, unfortunately, which is why he is still here as psychopathically championed as he is. He's going to have to step up to a different level.
Man, oh man.
Lucas said that Marcio's a beast. He's going up against a monster. Like, Damon is a legitimate monster because he transforms in these. You see Damon and he's all like with Johnny Casanova and all that. That's a different Damon than what walks out of that curtain in a pay-per-view championship match. We've seen it time and time again. The aura is different when Damon goes to work in a title match. He is an absolute monster. And unless you got a cross and silver bullets and anything else you can think of, I don't know if you can beat the monster.
Man, oh man, chat, I don't know what I would do without you. Let me tell you, I'm getting some extra details of information. Let's see, Sonny Flores, man. I think Sonny Flores might be trying to put an application in for CMS journalist over at Rocky Mountain Pro. I have it on good authority that Reyes is an expert in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, even though he has a hedge on his head.
He do. We all know that. We know that he is very skilled in mixed martial arts. What does this have to do with Eric Reyes at all? We weren't talking about Eric Reyes. We know that this had nothing to do with Eric Reyes. We all know how skilled he is. And so what, he takes offense because I'm talking about someone else? That we were talking about Marcio Santos and Damon Ace. We're not talking
Lucas,
about
hold
Eric
up.
Reyes.
Hold up.
This doesn't take from the fact that he is great in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and everything else. what does that have to do with anything?
Wait.
And
Hold
not
on.
for nothing, all the Brazilian jiu-jitsu in the world ain't gonna stop you getting batarang through a table.
It gets better, Lucas. He goes, he goes, I won a bronze medal in my first competition. Then I retired on top. And then Sonny goes, he only took bronze because it was the closest to orange. And then goes, Lucas ain't the only one with scoops.
Hold on. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I may have got my colors and medals mixed up here, but isn't gold on top? So if you win bronze and you retire, don't you retire third? And again,
And like,
how many people remember who finishes bronze in anything in the Olympics?
right. Like Ricky Bobby said, if you ain't first, you're last.
Yeah.
And then Lucas just,
I'm number one.
I mean, Reyes just had to finish it off right there, and we can move on to the main event from here. His last comment was, unlike Lucas, you are good at your job, Sonny.
No. What Sonny's good at is being a double agent, because I have it under good authority that Sonny Flores is actually a little tight with the law office. And in fact, he might maybe a little closer than you think with the law office. That's all I got to say. I've got more that I could put out there, but I'm gonna take the high road and not put all the business out there.
Sonny Flores, National Enquirer. Lucas Bradwell, New York Times. That's all I got to say.
Oh, Jesus. Easy there, Coastal. Relax.
No, I'm going to bat for my dude.
I don't know if I want to be associated with the New York
No,
Times.
I wouldn't be associated with them at all.
Yeah. But Boston Globe, maybe.
No. Just skip,
Let's
skip
get
past the
If
Northeast.
I was the New York Post, you could have said that because the Post.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
We better move on.
Main event. Stan Logan going up against Remy D, the much anticipated return of one Remy D and the beauty of the beast in Remy D, might I add.
You want to take it, C, or you want me to do it?
No, you go right ahead, my friend.
Yeah, go. Man, Beauty's back. Does this seem like there's a little bit of salt on it, though? Not like salty bad or anything like that, but it seemed like he turned it up a little bit from the old Remy. Like, it's maybe it's just what's old is new again, and it's just good to see it. We see the demeanor, we see the attitude. We also see a very game Stanley Logan. Now, he tries very hard to wreck this welcoming party back, and it's great to see Remy. We've been curious. We've been very curious what kind of Remy was going to come back. We saw him at Milestone, and we didn't know where he was going to go. Was it going to go bad? Was it going to go good? How was he going to come back? And this was the Remy that we all loved. This was the Remy that loved us. This was the Remy that went out there and just got wins. He didn't worry about the microphone. He didn't care what anybody thought about him. He just went out there and got 1, 2, 3s. However possible, it didn't matter. This, in my opinion, is not the most fierce or the most aggressive Remy. To me, this is the greatest Remy D that he has to offer, I believe. Just in general, it seems from the heart. It seems like this is where his heart is, and you can tell because he's wrestling happy. He's smiling. He's not out there getting frustrated. He's keeping himself steady while losing no beats whatsoever. Like I said, Stanley Logan was out there doing well for the majority of the match. Remy has his moments. Stanley's resilient. He was watching some film on this. He was ready for this. I don't want to take anything away from Stanley because he talked himself, and boys, we got to admit this, he talked himself a real big game over the last couple of weeks, giving Remy all the flack that he was, talking smack about all the vignettes and Remy pouring his heart out about who he is and where he's going. And Stanley just putting like piss and vinegar and all the Cheerios everywhere across the world. But no, Remy D has that last laugh where he hooks that figure eight up tight. And Stanley Logan tried to fight it, but you can't get out of that. Not when it's in the center of the ring. Remy D getting the win, looking beautiful, kicking ass, taking names. Boys, this is where we want to see. I think this is the best Remy I think this is the Remy going to get the wins, going to keep the confidence, the charisma, everything up so that he can keep his career moving forward. Titles in his future, important matches in his future. Coastal. It kind of seems like old times with Remy being back, kicking ass and taking names, don't it?
It absolutely does, Marky, and you're exactly right. There's something a little different. And what I think it is, it's a
A
fusion.
little bit.
Remy went from the beauty and then he had the beast, but now he's figured out how to harness them, take all the best parts of both of them together. He's got the aggression of the beast, but he's got the flair of the beauty. And honestly, Stanley, you were running into a brick wall tonight. You were game, and yes, you gave Remy that penalty kick, and you thought you had a 3 count. No. You might have against the beast. This is the Remy that went toe to toe with Sledge and won the charge title, but turned up a notch. This is the Remy that is confident, that understands the ring, and is absolutely focused on one sole goal. And I got to think, guys, that sole goal lies in whoever holds that RMP title after tomorrow night. Remy is back. The beauty is back, but with all the fury of the beast. And it's just, you can see it when he came out. He's enjoying being on that stage again. He's enjoying being in the ring, which makes him absolutely dangerous, because with the drive that he had when he won that first charge title against Sledge, along with the aggression and all the frustrations he's had over the last year and a half. You got to remember, guys, it was a very tumultuous time from milestone 14 to milestone 15 for Remy. It really was. He learned a lot about himself. He learned a lot about what he can do. And I think, Lucas, he's harnessed all the things that came out of that bad. And he is the one person that I believe completely that can turn them into profit and gain. And that gain's going to be gold.
Yeah. I think that now Remy can finally be at peace with himself. That's what I saw. I saw
That's a good
Remy
way to
D
say
come
it.
out
Yes.
That's a very good way to put it.
as at peace with himself. And now you could tell he feels completely comfortable once again with who he really is. And, you know, this is the Remy D we fell in love with, guys. This is the personality, the charisma, the smile, the total package that we absolutely adored when he first came in. And he was one of the quickest rising stars we ever saw in Rocky Mountain Pro. When he first hit the scene, you know, and that charisma just popped right off your screen. And it was just like he was must-see television. Well, we're getting that Remy D once again, guys. But this Remy D is a little more mature, a little more, has gotten a little bit more in touch with himself on exactly who he is. This Remy D is everything we saw at the beginning, plus with all the experience that he's gained over the years. Now we're going to be able to see Remy D at his very best. And I believe that's what we're going to see from this point forward. I mean, this was a Remy D who had, that charge championship and was a great charge champion. I think he can go above and beyond that. And I think with now his mind being clear and focused, the sky's the limit for Remy D.
Amen to that.
All right. That's going to conclude this episode of Charge the night before NRW officially kicks off. Lucas, give us some times, man. Give us some times on what's going down tomorrow and this weekend.
Well, tomorrow night, of course, No Rules Wrestling, NRW at the Quarry. Doors open at 6 o'clock. We start the pre-show off at 6 o'clock. So get there early, get there for the pre-show. Main show starts at 7 o'clock Mountain Time. And don't forget, main event of that pre-show is Caden Koyama defending against someone. We don't know yet, but that's right there. That's worth getting that pre-show right away, getting on there. And while you're at it, go ahead, and if you can't get down to the Quarry, go ahead and hit that Tier 2 membership. Get that pay-per-view subscription for $9.99 so you don't have to wait for the pay-per-view. Tier 3. Sorry about that. Tier 3 is the 9. Yeah. Tier 2 gets you the pay-per-view, but you have to wait. You have to wait a week.
Yes, correct.
Right? Yes. So get that Tier 3 membership. And then very next night, guys, we're back at Stanley Marketplace at the local drive out in Aurora, Colorado. Tapings are charged. Those start at 7:00. So that is going to be can't miss, because that venue, guys, you saw it. I don't know if you saw the episode of Ignition on Tuesday. That was shot at Stanley Marketplace. I thought it looked great on camera. It looked really good.
It looks a little different than last time we were there. We were there for Shocktober in 22?
21.
You guys, I didn't make that
21.
2021. Yeah.
Yeah,
no, it looks
we don't like to
different.
talk about that night.
Yeah, you didn't have a good night. Neither one of us had a good night. That wasn't good.
No, that wasn't good.
That wasn't. No.
So yeah, we'll be at Stanley Marketplace for tapings of Charge, and then we got another set of tapings the following night, right back at the Quarry, and those start at 5:00. So you get there early, and we're gonna have an early start time on those Charge tapings. Where I believe we're taping a total of 9 episodes over the weekend. So.
Hoofa.
Nice.
All right. Quick lineup as of right now. Obviously, card is subject to change as always for NRW. Obviously, pre-show's up in the air, but we do know the main event, the Charge Championship, will be on the line. It is going to be Caden versus some guy we don't know yet. Figured you guys get kicked out of that. All right.
Yeah.
And the main card as of right now, obviously not in specific order. We do have the Rocky Mountain Pro Championship on the line. Damon Ace versus Marcio in a blood sport match. No DQ. God only knows how that's going to turn out. The NRW Championship will be contested in a triple threat match. Dylan Anderson versus Kevin Koa versus Johnny Casanova. If Johnny Casanova does not capture the NRW Championship, he is officially na hey out of here, out of RMP.
Not happening
for good. The tag
could have
team
just said he had to retire. That was the stipulation. But
I told you. I
so
told
well.
you since you brought up the Stanley
you're a good
Marketplace.
singer.
Since you brought up the Stanley Marketplace in 2021, man, I've been waiting almost 4 years for this moment. Let me tell you. The Tag Team Championship match is up.
All right. No, I can understand. Okay, never mind. That's personal. I'm sorry. No, I get you.
You just got that?
Some unresolved trauma.
There
And
you go.
no, I just didn't know you still had all that unresolved trauma from 4 years ago.
Yes.
I didn't know you still carried that.
I hold grudges. Let me tell you. Anyways, Tag Team Championships will be on the line, as well as Chopper City will be going up against Cease and Desist in a tables match. Both members of a team must be thrown through a table in order to be officially eliminated from the match, declaring the winners the guys who didn't have wood on their back. And the Lockets Championship match is on the line. I mean, the Lockets Championship is on the line as Big Daddy Mo going up against Lola Yara in a dog collar match. It should be very interesting and very old school, I think, for a lot of guys and girls who have been watching wrestling for quite a while.
But this definitely fits the appropriateness of the stipulation.
Yeah, it does.
110%. Yes.
And again, as of right now, card subject to change. There could be more matches, but this is the last match that we know from watching Charge is that Marty the Moth and a specific someone will be going up against the Tortured Souls, which would be Jason Bravo and Bon Vito, in a Mountain Mayhem match. And as of right now, that is your official card for NRW tomorrow night. Again, there'll probably be a match or two during the night that we don't know yet. It will be a surprise. Just make sure you watch tomorrow night. What'd you say, Lucas? 7?
7 o'clock, the main show. Pre-show starts at 6.
All right, so the pre-show is free for everybody at 6 o'clock Mountain Time, with the main card starting at 7 p.m. Mountain Now Time. And, of course, Lucas, like you said, in order to watch it live tomorrow night, you got to join as a member on YouTube in the Tier 3 variety for $9.99. Make sure you get that in before 7 o'clock Mountain Time tomorrow night. If you chose to wait and you join as a member of the Tier 2 at, what is it, $4.99? I think it is. $4.99. You're gonna have to wait a week, but you will have access to NRW a week later. And if you don't join as a Tier 2 member, then I hate to say it, but you will not be watching NRW at all. So make sure you get. What's that?
I was going to say, tune into us and you can get all the recaps.
Yes, actually, I'm glad you mentioned that, because there's going to be a slight schedule change on that coming up. Typically, we do the review show on the Sunday after big show. We are not doing that this week because 2 out of the 3 guys are not going to be here, unfortunately, on Sunday. So we're going to be moving that to Thursday on the next recharge, and we're going to try and intertwine NRW and Charge in the same conversation. So you get to look forward to us doing that the next couple of days. And other than that, I think that is it. I am exhausted. I'm sure you guys are very exhausted too. So we're gonna sayonara tonight. Appreciate everybody watching. YouTube, you killed it. Twitch, you were okay, I guess. YouTube and Rumble, we will see you guys on Sunday for another episode of The Rewind. As always, folks, stay safe, stay classy. We'll see you on the next one. Take care, folks.
This is a dirty Q-tip.